it's always great to discover new music, and we have Bhiman right here in Winnipeg, and we really want to introduce you to some Winnipeg flavors. So we have a little bit of everything here in this city, so I hope that you like all kinds of music.
I like all kinds of music, and anybody who's heard me will maybe hear some different things going on, a mishmash, a gumbo, if you will. I don't know if that's a popular term up here, but a mishmash of all kinds of styles to come together as one, yeah.
They got guns on the green side. You ain't making no sense.
An injury kind of changed your destiny with music.
Yeah, you could say that. I played baseball a lot growing up. I played with some guys who've turned into major leaguers and stuff. So I was pretty good up until a point, up until I was about 13 or 14, and then I injured myself pretty badly and was bedridden for a while. And guitar and music really replaced that whole aspect of my life, I guess, and all my time was sort of dedicated to that. It seemed like a passing the time sort of thing, but now looking back on it, it was a very important part of my life. And luckily I get to tour these days with one of the guys that was my idol when I was 14, 15 years old, Chris Cornell, and it's just surreal. It's crazy.
Oh, I know. Okay, so well, which came easier for you, playing the guitar or writing?
Playing guitar was a little bit easier. Writing is, anybody will say, it takes a long time. It's a lonely thing. You can't, most of the time you're not collaborating. Sometimes people do, but playing guitar, you can jam with people, and it's a very free-flowing thing that just happens. You can mess up a bunch, and it's still fun. Songwriting's not that fun.
No.
It can be hard work. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Chris has given you a few pointers. How did you manage to get on tour with Chris?
Well, I played a TV show in London called Later with Jules Holland, and it's sort of a big deal. It's like Saturday Night Live or David Letterman or something like that, a national broadcast. And I was very lucky to get on it in the first place. And Soundgarden was on the show, it happened to be. And luckily I got paired with them, and I nerdily went up to them. I was like, hey, I loved you guys when I was a kid and everything, and they were really nice. And then I thought that was it. That was the end of my meeting with them, my experience with them. But Chris's management called my management this summer and asked me out on this tour, so I had to accept.
I've got a niece and daughter in a freer land.
So here you are, and I mean, your background now, parents from Sri Lanka.
Mm-hmm.
Do you pull up maybe from your cultural background too? Does that spin into your writing, into your music a bit?
Just like I have a bit of a global perspective. I feel like in Canada, a lot of the cities I've been, people have a very global perspective and international sort of flavor. And I have family from all over the globe, England, Australia, Sri Lanka, Africa, and so it was never just about my city, my state, or my country in the US. It was about the world, and I never defined things like that. So everybody's story is just as important as, you know, my next door neighbor's story, and I take pride in that because sometimes a lot of people don't feel that way.
I'm on the kimchi line, and it's scallion time.
I want the music to be good, and I want to tell a story that is good, and I like to tell different sides of stories, even if it's a bad person's story, like an evil person's story. You always hear the good person's story, and I like to kind of flip it on its head.
Well, I'm sure we're only seeing just the beginning of you. Congratulations, and when can we expect a new album?
Probably late next year. I'll go work on it early this coming year, this new year. So these cycles take a while. You can't just record and then, you know, it's out on the shelves or anything like that. It's quite a process, a 6-month process at least, so late next year.
Okay, well, we can hardly wait. But right now you can check them out, Bhiman. Don't go away, there's still more to come on Backstage 30.